Welcome. I am Christy, owner of Love Yoga To Go. Being online was not ever my plan, but apparently it was God's plan. So here we are. I invite you to find a nice, comfortable, easy seat, crisscross applesauce, legs out in front of you like a staff form. Any comfortable, easy seat right now as we begin. I would like to encourage you to lower your gaze down to the tip of your nose or to close your eyes, whatever is comfortable for you. I'd like to ask that you can bring your hands up to your heart center, just palm on palm. Taking a moment to slow the mind, to slow the body, to turn your attention inward, focusing on your breath. Coming into a place of stillness, leaving the outside world behind. Noticing your breath, noticing the beat of your heart. Noticing that you are here. I'm going to set our intention, and then I'm going to move back to my mat. It's going to probably be a little messy, but you know what? We're real. So here we are. Well, as I was cleaning out some things, I don't know if you can see that or not. It is Words of Wisdom from the Heart. Oh, I'm sorry. Words to Warm the Heart. Quotes by women for women. And they could be for women or they could be for anybody. It's by Laura Lee, and it's a little calendar. That's my daughter coming in. You're fine, sis. You're okay. I'm just practicing, so. So this is April 1st, and this is a quote by Hannah Whitall Smith. It says, "God is our Father, and He loves us and knows what is best. His will is the very most blessed thing that can come to us under any circumstance." So, God is our Father, and He loves us and knows what is best. His will is the very most blessed thing that can come to us under any circumstance. So as you're continuing to breathe, I ask if anything jumped out at you in that verse, in that quote. Was there a sentence that you're like, yes, that's what I need today? That's what I'd ask that you set your intention on. I'll be reading this entire quote a couple of different times throughout the practice, so just come back to that. Come back to that phrase or a word that popped out at you. So continuing with your gaze lowered or your eyes closed, and we are real. I'm in a house with 6 other people, 5 other people and me, a dog, a cat, anything could happen. But we're going to try to keep it as peaceful and calm as possible. So I'm not going to be using music for this practice. So you might want to find a playlist that you enjoy, or I can post one in the comments after it goes live on Facebook. Keep breathing. Bring our hands down to the floor beside us. Palms turned up. We're going to inhale both hands up. pray both hands to heart center. Let's pray back up and exhale back to the floor. Inhale. Exhale to pray. Inhale back up. Exhale to release. Inhale up. Pray to heart center. Inhale one more time up. Exhale as those hands float back to the floor. Let's take one hand up tall. I'm taking my left hand, right hand, palm to the floor. Both sitting bones are rooted down firmly into the ground, and I'm rising up to the crown of my head. On my next inhale, on my next exhale, I'm going to take a side body lean over. And continuing to breathe, you can join me in releasing over. Making sure both sitting bones stay on the ground, so you might want to just have your hand firmly planted on your mat. You can drop your ear to your shoulder, finding some release here. With each exhale, letting that body release a bit more in the side stretch. Remember, you never want pain, but uncomfortable, a little is okay. On your next inhale, let's sweep that upper hand over to the floor. Inhaling up, exhaling to fold the opposite way. Let that ear drop to your shoulder. Letting your ribs stretch nice and long. Inhale back up, both hands to center. Let's pray down. Take legs out in front of you. Let's open them wide. Rooting down, feet flexed. And I hear my son pulling in the driveway, so you'll hear the door in just a moment. Inhaling up tall, folding over. Your forward fold might be hands all the way out, or your palms might be close up. This is your practice, so make it yours. Letting your breath work with your body. Finding release. to sitting. Let's twist over one hip. I'm going to my right, taking our hands and letting them slide down our leg as we exhale. Your hands might be on your thighs, they might be on your calves, or you might be able to reach all the way down to your toes. Wherever you are is perfectly okay. Take one more nice deep inhale and exhaling to release any last bit of fold. Walking back up the leg, coming back to center, twisting to the other leg from our hip, rooting down through the sitting bones. Nice deep inhale and fold on the exhale. You might find more of a release here, or you might find less. Don't judge, don't wonder, just be. God is our Father, and He loves us and knows what is best. His will is the very most blessed thing that can come to us under any circumstance. Take one more nice deep inhale. Exhale as we release into that fold. Walking back up the leg, finding ourselves back at center. Slide your legs back together. Let's swing them around. Coming into tabletop. Knees under hips, shoulders above wrists. Fingers nice and wide. Palms cupped to protect our wrists. Finding a nice strong tabletop. Inhaling as the belly drops and the chin rises. Exhaling as the back rounds. Inhaling back to cow. Exhaling up for cat. Moving at your own pace here. About 3 more rounds. bringing yourself back to center when you're ready. Let's take a leg behind us, toes tucked, raising that off the ground, taking the opposite palm to the center, reaching that heel back, fingers forward, stretching tiger. Inhaling back to center. Taking the opposite foot behind, rising it, foot flexed, palm out, reaching, stretching. One more breath here, bringing everything back to center, sinking back into your child's pose. Finding your breath here. Breathing. Breathing, focusing in on that thought. God is our Father and He loves us and He knows what is best. Keep breathing. On your next inhale, bring yourself up to a modified plank on your knees. And exhale back to child's pose. Breathe up. Let's round back over the heels and back around. Some different form of body circles here. And let's reverse direction. Coming back up to the modified plank, tuck your toes behind, come up to a gentle down dog, knees bent. You can paddle out your feet here if you'd like. When you're ready, bend both knees, walking up your mat to a forward fold. Making sure your spine is elongated. You can grab hands to opposite elbows. Just breathing and folding here. Maybe a little rock from side to side. Or a little shake of the head, no. Exhaling to let those hands drop to the ground. Inhaling as we come up to mountain. Praying back down to fold. Hands come up the shins for half lift. Exhaling back down. Let's bend our knees, bring our hands forward in prayer. Finding our breath. Exhaling as we sweep those hands behind, legs straighten. Inhaling, sweeping forward, back to prayer, hands in front of us. Exhaling, rising our legs up. Inhaling up to chair. That means we're sinking back into our heels. Exhaling, rising up to mountain. So inhaling as we sweep our arms up. Exhaling, swan diving down to fold. Inhale up, half lift. Exhale to the ground. Inhale, step back to down dog. Take about 3 breaths here. Exhaling forward to plank. Inhale, coming down to all fours, coming through to your version of baby cobra, or coming all the way down, sliding those hands in front for Sphinx. Wherever you are. Tuck the toes back, press back to down dog. Take a walk forward, or you can hop or jump back to fold. Exhale, release that fold. Inhale, sweeping up over the head, praying down to fold. Inhaling up for half lift. Exhaling back to the floor. Taking one foot back to runner's lunge. My left foot is going back. And rising up. Pivoting that back foot to 45 degrees. Finding warrior one. Finding your breath here. Exhaling, sweeping those hands back. Dropping hands to the floor, stepping up to fold. Inhale, sweep those arms up. Exhale, pray down. Hands to the floor. Opposite foot goes back. That's my right foot. Finding runner's lunge on the other side. Inhaling up. Pivoting that foot open. Warrior one. Exhaling, fold forward, hand swing behind. Keep breathing. Next exhale, hands drop to the floor. Step back up to fold. Palms to the ground, stepping back to down dog. Three breaths here. On the next exhale, let's take those knees wide, big toes together. Sink into child's pose. God is our Father, and He loves us, and He knows what is best. His will is the very most blessed thing that can come to us under any circumstance. God's love never fails. Let's walk our hands back, crossing our ankles behind us, pressing ourselves back into easy seat. Gaze still lowered or eyes still closed or closed again. Tuning into our breath. Noticing where your tongue is. Is it on the roof of your mouth? If it is, let it fall behind your teeth on the bottom. bring our feet to the floor in front of us. We've been working on boat pose at Get Fit, so let's work on our boat. Feet on the floor, knees bent, rooting down through the sitting bones, rising up tall through the spine. If we're here and everything's active, that is a great boat. If you'd like, you can bring your feet up, still activating the spine, making sure everything is nice and straight. And if you have it in your practice, and I might be able to do it this way, maybe not. Nope, not today, not with my back going around. Maybe you can go into your full expression of boat, whatever your boat is. Or maybe you want to do a low boat, so you come down, lift your legs off the ground, feet flexed, still rooting into your sitting bones, and finding your breath here. And bringing those feet back to the ground when you're ready. I'll let you practice that a little bit more. It's hot in my little corner of my living room, so I'm going to see if I can turn my fan on while you're practicing. Get some movement going, some air movement. How are you doing with boat? Are you there? Are you here? Or maybe, whoa, maybe you fall to your back. Who knows, right? All right, so when you are ready, bring those feet back to the ground. Let's take our hands behind our thighs, rolling to the floor. Bring our knees into our chest, feet flexed. Maybe a little rock from side to side for that lower back, or around in circles. Reverse opposite directions if you're doing circles. Let's take our legs out long. Stretch our toes out. Take our hands overhead. Tuck our shoulders underneath one at a time. Reaching our fingertips behind and our toes in front. Hands slide down to cactus beside you. Let your feet fall open. Taking a moment to breathe your breath. Inhaling for 4 counts. Holding for 4 counts. Exhaling for 6 counts. Inhaling for 4. Holding for 4. Exhaling for 6. Inhaling, holding, exhaling. Do this 3 or 4 more times at your own pace, and then come into your final breath pattern, your normal breath pattern. Your final resting place for this practice. It may be right where you are. You may choose to take your hands down to your side or out to a capital T. Finding your place. do our quote one last time and leave you for a few moments. I will wake you with 3 bells. That's your cue that it's almost time to finish the practice, but not quite. Let me bring you out, please. God is our Father, and He loves us and knows what is best. His will is the very most blessed thing that can come to us under any circumstance. Of course, especially since you're at home, you can stay right where you are for a few more minutes. Or you can bring your knees into your chest and roll to one side, using your hands, palms together as a pillow under your cheek. Gently wiggling your fingers and toes as you wake up. when you're ready, bring yourself up to easy seat, slowly and gently. Let your hands fall beside one more time. As we turn the palms up and inhale and exhale to heart center. My prayer and my hope for anyone watching is peace and wholeness and completeness. I like to end my practice with the word shalom because that's what it means. Shalom. Thank you for joining me today. Have a wonderful, blessed day. See you later.